Ooh, nice little fire. I was actually lucky to get this one going because it rained here early in Vicksburg, and the wood is just enough dry enough that I got it out, and I can do a little system where I dry out the wood and then burn it. So I don't doubt anyone can see, but I'm the only one here again. I'm guessing it has to do with what they think is like the heat and humidity and maybe the rain. Humidity is definitely something to deal with. But the cool thing is, I don't know if you can see it. They've calmed down a little bit since I started my fire, but fireflies are all over the place. They're having a little firefly orgy here. So I'm just chilling out here. At the end of the day, Vicksburg. I'm gonna make some tea later. Have a good old time. Woohoo! The morning. Nobody here. Nobody here at all. All this to myself. Plenty of wood to build a fire, do all the stuff I wanted to. It's good. So this is where I start. The forest of Vicksburg. Ground was soft. I mean, must have rained, but it dried up just enough that the ground is still kind of, soft. So it was almost felt like a mattress. Overview of the Mississippi River. You can kind of see how strategic Vicksburg was, because this is they were running the gauntlet. Grant had marched his army downstream, and he needed to cross. So he needed the Navy to cross. So on one night, they basically did the best they could to try and speed by the gauntlet. The Confederates were only able to sink one boat, but the rest got through. And Grant was able to cross downstream, come by up, and put a siege on Vicksburg. He couldn't really come from the north because the Confederates had too great a position and there's huge swamps. They just didn't have a way. Whew. Nice view. Nice view. Know it for the Civil War. Its historical district is very, very nice. I would recommend anyone go down to the historical district. It's worth a visit if you've got the time. It's right there on the bluffs overlooking the Mississippi River. They've got a number of museums, not just the Civil War part. They've got the Mississippi River Historical Museum. They've got some other museums too that don't involve the Civil War, just involve the river itself. But down you go. It's very wooded here. And the road I was taking down was the Great River Road. Obviously, it covers the Mississippi. It parallels it. You won't see the Great River Road hardly ever is the Mississippi River. You might think not seeing the river is kind of an issue or just kind of a little bit of disappointment. It is to some degree, but every place you stop, if you were to stop at any of these places, you would find that they're all about tours or whatnot. You can do kayaking. There's plenty of outdoor activities along these towns all the way down as you head into Louisiana.
The visitor center. This is right on the border of Mississippi and Louisiana. Now this is a Woodville or whatnot, something like that. I'm like 8 miles from the border. And just kind of like looking around what's going on in Mississippi. This is like considered the Great River Road. The problem is you don't see the river. You basically have to get off and go over, and then you can catch the river itself. There used to be ferries and a lot more ferries and whatnot, but now everyone just takes the highways and stuff like that. West Polonia Railroad, blah 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 blah. First standard gauge railroad in the south. You know, I wish some of this information was a little more pertinent. I don't have any kind of you know, when they say Great River Road, it's, you know, and you don't see the river, you know, like, huh. But well, might as well continue on. I mean, a lot of these little Mississippi towns are they're not that bad. I mean, well, one of the things they say, Mississippi's the poorest state in the union, but I think those numbers are a little misleading because it takes into account real estate prices and cost of living. Cost of living in Mississippi is really cheap compared to, say, California and New York. So Mississippi, you know, a lot of diamonds in the rough. You know, I was just looking at some kayaking and river, plenty of river stuff to do around here.
After you cross into Louisiana, obviously the first city you're going to bump into is Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge is a nice city, I mean, but I wasn't going to stop here. It's real well known for, well, pretty much just celebrations and especially its food. But I was on my way to New Orleans. The fun thing about going to New Orleans, especially if you're taking the highway, is that they elevate it up and you go through a swamp. And you can see it, just like the trees only look like you can see it. You can look down, you can see the swamp below you. You just ride at highway speeds through the swamp. And you just keep going over and that's the draw. One of the big draws in this area is that this whole area is just one huge gigantic swamp as you go right into New Orleans.